Hello, students. Good morning. This is Navneet Verma, and today we will take the chapter 2 of book 2, Freedom. As we know that how much freedom is important to us in our life. We want to do many things in our life, and if someone restrict on them, how would we feel? The, this chapter tells us about the importance of our freedom. So let's take the chapter. Human history provides many examples of people and communities which have been dominated or enslaved or exploited by more powerful groups. As we know, British ruled India for many years, hundreds of years, and we the Indian were unable to do some action for our freedom to get our independence because they are more powerful than us as we think at that time. So there are many cases in the world where the white people occupied the colonies in several parts of the world, in Africa, Asia, है ना, और America even. Britain occupied 13 colonies in America. We have read about this in ninth class chapter, first French Revolution. But it also provides us with inspiring examples of heroic struggle against such domination. We always have seen that there was someone who came forward, led the people, and got the independence, just like our hero of freedom. In struggle of freedom, we have seen many heroes like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh. They are the heroic personalities who led the people very bravely. So, what is this freedom for which people have been willing to sacrifice and die? In its essence, the struggle for freedom represents the desire of people to be in control of their own lives and destinies. Everyone wants to do what he wants. Some of the students uh, want to be a doctor, engineer, so they study as their choice subject, just like the students of political science. You took humanity as your study stream, and every one of you wants to be a officer, government officer, or IAS, PCS, whatever you want to be. So this is your aim of life, and you chose your stream, your subject, your study material with your freedom. There is no objection from the side of your parents, and the teacher also help you to study your desired stream. So what would happen if some kind of strains, someone controls your desire. Someone deny your studies, you know, you would be, you would take the science stream or biology stream or commerce stream. So how would you feel? The struggle for freedom represents the desire of people to be in control of their own lives. So the freedom represents the desire of people to be control of their own life, just as you, all the student of humanities, are doing. Not just individuals but societies also value their independence and wish to protect their culture and freedom. तो ये सिर्फ एक आदमी की बात नहीं है, सोसाइटी की बात है कि वो इंडिपेंडेंस को कितनी वैल्यू देते हैं एंड हाउ seriously they wish to protect their culture and future. However, given the diverse interest and ambition of people, so given the diverse interest and ambition of people, any form of social living requires rules and regulation. As we are free, we are provided the rights by our constitution, but we have some rules and regulation in our daily life, on the road, in our society, in our schools. So these are the important things of our life, because without rule regulation there was a mess will be, and no one could enjoy his freedom as he wishes. So the rules may require some constraints. Constraints means control, prevention or detention, रोकथाम, to be imposed on the freedom of individual. जो भी हमारी फ्रीडम है उस पर थोड़े से हमारे रूल रेगुलेशन और पाबंदियाँ लगती हैं, बट इट इज़ रिकॉग्नाइज दैट दीज कंस्टेंट्स में ऑल्सो फ्री अस फ्रॉम इनसिक्योरिटी एंड प्रोवाइड अस with the condition in which we can develop ourselves. So these rule regulation are also important for our security, as the police, the role of police in this matter. If someone wants to do crime or wrong things, so there is a law to put him in jail, sentence for imprisonment. So there is a security that we feel with these rule regulation, that if someone do wrong with us, so police can handle it. So these rule regulation also provide us security and provide us condition in which we can develop ourselves. So there has also been debate about possible limitation of freedom which may result from the social and economic structure of a society. अब इस बात पर हमेशा बहस रही है कि सोसाइटी में कितने रूल रेगुलेशन इम्पोज करने चाहिए जिससे सोसाइटी का स्ट्रक्चर अच्छा रहे, इकोनॉमिकली, सोशली. So in this chapter we will look at some of these debates. So now we will take the example of worldwide famous heroes, the ideals of freedom. Everyone knows the name of Nelson Mandela. He spent his 28 years in jail. 28 years. You better know how long the time is. He spent all his young age in jail. He and his colleagues were put in jail by the white regime. So take a look what was the condition at that time in South Africa. So Nelson Mandela, one of the greatest persons of 20th century, talks about his personal struggle in his autobiography titled Long Walk to Freedom. He wrote a book when he was set free after 28 years of imprisonment. And that imprisonment was just for the struggle of for him and his people to get the freedom. So Mandela took a long time to get freedom. So that is why he titled his book Long Walk to Freedom against the apartheid system in South Africa. What is apartheid system? Separation of black and white people. This is the racial discrimination that you are black and I am white, so I am superior to you. You have no right to say something or enter in our premises. This is the system, these are the policies called segregation. And white people impose these policies in South Africa very brutally. So about the resistance of his people to the segregationist policies of white regime. So Mandela wanted to save his people from these apartheid system, these racial discrimination, black and white and colored, and about the humiliation, hardship and police brutalities suffered by the black people. For Mandela and his colleagues, it was the struggle against unjust constraints, the struggle to remove the obstacle of the freedom of all the people of South Africa. He wanted that all the people in South Africa, whether they are black or white or colored, black, you know that African has a dark color, so they were called black. Colored as we are Indian or mixed, and white, you very well know who are the master of from the European countries. So Mandela wants to remove the obstacles from this type of racial discrimination, and his struggle was not just the black or colored but also the white people. That was the long walk to freedom. Now take the another case inspired by Gandhiji's thoughts and idea of non-violence. Aung San Suu Kyi remained under house arrest in Myanmar. Actually, he wants to establish democracy in Myanmar, but there was military rule. So military rulers who are the general or who are the top leaders of the military, they put Aung San under house arrest in Myanmar, separated from children. They are they impose the restriction on Aung San that she could not meet their children and also unable to visit her husband when he was dying of cancer in England, because she feared that if she left Myanmar to visit him in England, she would not be able to return. Though मिलिट्री डिक्टेटर जो थे उस टाइम बहुत ही ज़्यादा हार्ड थे अपने डिसीजन में कि डेमोक्रेसी किसी तरह से ना आया. इवन द पार्टी ऑफ ऑन्ग सैन won the election, but they could not form the government because of these military leaders. She connects her freedom to the freedom of her people. In her book Freedom from Fear, she says, now you look the ideas, the deep thought of that lady. For me, the real freedom is freedom from fear. And unless you can live free from fear, you cannot live a dignified human life. मैं आपको इसका मीनिंग बताता हूँ. ओंग सैंग का कहना है कि मेरे लिए जो फ्रीडम है वो सबसे पहले उस डर से फ्रीडम होनी चाहिए जो हमें कई बार ये लगता है ना कि हमने अगर ऐसा किया तो लोग हमारा मजाक उड़ाएंगे, है ना, सोसाइटी में लोग क्या कहेंगे. तो हमें इन चीज़ों से कभी भी डरना नहीं चाहिए. और जो एक डिग्निफाइड लाइफ है उसको जीने के लिए हमारे लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम इस तरह के डर पर विजय पाएं, इसको जीतें. So guys, it's enough for today. Now we will start our chapter in our second part. Thank you, and make comment in comment box if you have seen the video, okay, and not even not this or other subject also. So have a nice time. Thank you.